Welcome back to another episode of the Acastus Night Asterius. I'm Bri the Builder, and if you didn't notice already, I'm prepping everything for primer. So I have gone through, and I'm going to have to go through one more time and just double check, but I'm pretty sure that I have everything masked. All the eyes, power plugs, power lines, all that stuff that I don't want paint on. I've got a good start on the base. So there's at least, a partial layer of sand glued down. I'm going to glue a bit more on as I kind of figure out where the night's going to be. And then I'm going to seal up the edges of all that cork a little bit more. And then between regular masking tape, blue painter's tape, and blue liquid micro mask, I think I have all of the sensitive areas covered. So I will be back in a second as I start getting things primed. Okay, kind of insane, but everything is primed. Um, all of the little bits and pieces that needed to be masked were. All the masking tape's been pulled, which does mean that there are some spots like this where the masking tape was used to keep, the paint off of the LED in there. So that's going to be, a little bit more to make sure I get a good base coat on there. But really, once the kind of outer panels around those weapons, you'll never even be able to see that well enough. So you definitely won't be able to touch it. So I'm not too worried about paint rubbing off. Other than that, I apologize for the probably it's not too bad. But I know the whites on the mat, they're a little blown out now for the exposure to be able to pick up all the detail and all the black. So there is some satin black and some flat black primer, but everything looks great. I'm really looking forward to getting started on painting everything. So this should probably sit for another day before I really paint anything. And there might be, I'm going to go over it one more time, just a couple more little bitty things that need touch up before I do full paint on everything. But as far as I can tell, it's really, really close. So the primer looks great. The primer will usually show any imperfections and issues that have to be cleaned up, and there really is almost nothing. On the two pipes back here that are part of the speaker, part of the diorama base, there's definitely some, bumpiness on there where the supports were attached when it was printed. Which I didn't really notice or think I didn't think would be noticeable once it was primed, but it is definitely noticeable. It feels oddly deformed in a way that doesn't make sense. So I will clean that up a little bit, but that is super minor overall. The base itself is a little smooth. That's just cork with sand and Elmer's, not Elmer's, it's Gorilla Wood Glue and sand on there. And it's a little smooth. I mean, it's not bad, but as I do kind of get everything positioned and figured out, I'll be adding a bit of Sterling Battlemire to it to kind of adjust the overall texture so it's not the same thing everywhere. The Battlemire's got a little bit more chunk to the texture. And it'll give a little more variety. I'll definitely put a whole bunch of little grass tufts and stuff in there, some other rocks and those kinds of things. So it'll break it all up. But again, super happy. All the primer went down great. I did remember to actually cover everything I needed to cover. So I'll be starting to paint everything in the next video. So this one's going to be nice and short. The next video is where I'll start painting everything. And it'll pretty much just be time lapse for a lot of painting. I guess I'm not sure how I'll do that. I guess maybe, hopefully, I'll hear something in the comments, and you let me know. Should I do like longer individual thing paint jobs, or like kind of once I start on a certain part, like if I paint one of these two weapons, the other one's going to be identical. Probably don't need to show that. So again, you let me know. Like, I could potentially turn the entire paint process into one very fast forwarded video. Or I can do several that are more broken down. I can do maybe a couple that are just individual weapons, and then a couple that are more just big picture painting. Um, I would like to hear from you in the comments. Let me know what you would like to see. I'm probably going to record pretty much everything I do, but it'd be nice to know how much you actually want to see of what I'm painting. So, you know, do you want to hear your thought process and why I approach things a certain way? Do you want to just have me shut up and do stuff? Again, I would like to hear in the comments from you what you think and what you would like to see. All right, so again, everything's primed. I'm gonna let it sit just a little bit longer before I really start handling and manhandling and painting everything. Make sure that primer's good and cured, so I don't like remove it as I'm painting everything else. All right, so I'll see you in the next one. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Please leave you some comments, and we're gonna get painting. This is gonna be a lot of fun.